So many female dental assistants are wearing so many different hats. Stress gets built up.
When our bodies are under stress, it releases two hormones, which is cortisol and adrenaline. When the cortisol levels are high levels, your body is constantly seeking for comfort. When these hormones are released, it does impact the gut. So a period of time that we have these high cortisol levels, we'll notice we're having some sensitivities, that there's certain things we used to eat that we can't eat anymore.
What do we need to know about stress in the gut? How do we help get through the holidays and not be completely stressed and maybe gain weight as well? Are you tired of stressing over dental supplies? Have you been placed in charge of procurement, inventory, price shopping, or otherwise being that get me this man or woman? What if there was a fully automated software so you never have to order supplies again? Dental Supply Guy can automate the entire process for you. Never again will you have to worry about whether you ought to order based on the inventory or upcoming schedule. Dental Supply Guy will take this weight off your shoulders and allow you to do more of what drew you to dentistry and less of what draws you away from dentistry. Simply book into the calendar at dentalsupplyguy.com and talk to one of Dental Supply Guy's sales reps. If you book a demo before December 15th, you will get a $50 gift card just for seeing how it got started. Dental Supply Guy is helping dental assistants do less busy work and more dentistry, so visit them at dentalsupplyguy.com. Hey everybody, welcome back into another edition of the Dental Assistant Nation podcast. My name is Kevin Henry, founder of Dental Assistant Nation. So glad you joined us for a podcast. And I want to say thank you to our sponsor, Dental Supply Guy. Dental assistants, make sure you check out dentalsupplyguy.com to make sure that you learn how they can make your life easier in the dental practice. And today we are going to have on somebody who's hopefully going to help your life be easier on a number of levels. And so I'm thrilled to have on Sahar Burgess, who is a dietitian, nutrition coach, and the CEO of Inner Health and Wellness. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
So glad to have you on. So would you just tell our audience a little bit about you before we dive in today?
Of course. Thank you for the introduction. I am like a lot of women out there who have multi hats. So I'm a mom of three. I own my own company and I've been in practice for more than 20 years. And in our company, Inner Health Wellness, is 90% virtual. And I enjoy offering nutrition services and when I have time to hang out with my family and kids.
Well, I know you do a lot of good work, and I'm thrilled to have you on the show today to share some ideas, especially as we get near the holidays. I know, as you said, so many of our female dental assistants are wearing so many different hats, and this time of year, stress gets built up, not just in the dental practice, but at home and everywhere else. So what do we need to know about stress in the gut? How do we help get through the holidays and not be completely stressed and maybe gain weight as well?
Yes, no, that's definitely a topic that really hits right at home. So, when our bodies are under stress, I'm just going to tell a little bit about it. It releases two hormones, which is cortisol and adrenaline. And those hormones, we need them during survival. It's a survival mechanism. However, with our modern day stressors, financial, family, kids, deadlines, it is not like we're running away with from an emergency. These are stressors that last for a little bit longer, right? So they're not a 10-minute or 15-minute situation. They're like years, which as a result, they impact a couple of things in our body, which especially for women and as we hit different periods in our lives, like going from peri to post and later on, really impact how our bodies change. So it does hit when these hormones are released, it does impact the gut. So a period of time that we have these high cortisol levels, we'll notice we're having some sensitivities, that there's certain things we used to eat that we can't eat anymore. We'll have a little bit more gassiness, constipation, bloating that is uncomfortable. And a lot of us, because we're caretakers, we continue doing this with these problems. But then it starts impacting our blood sugars, which as we get older, that also becomes a problem, especially for women getting into the pre-diabetes phase. When the cortisol levels are high levels, your body is constantly seeking for comfort. So it's seeking snacks, it's having a lot of low energy, so seeking fuel, which as a result does impact the blood sugar. It does impact our moods. So the thyroid, our hormones, PMS, fatigue, people have a hard time sleeping. These are all the things that starts getting impacted when our bodies are under stress for a long period of time, which impacts the connection between the gut and the brain, right? So when your gut is inflamed and it's not functioning, and as we reach the holidays, you get more tired, having a hard time focusing, a little moody, and those are not the things that we want to be experiencing.
I cannot wait to be a part of the Rocky Mountain Dental Convention in 2026. We're going to be talking about the real state of dental assisting in 2026 in Denver on January 22nd and January 23rd. So I want you to be a part of this because dental assistants, we're going to bring you together in the Mile High City at the Rocky Mountain Dental Convention, and we're going to be talking about the things that are going well in the profession as well as the things that we can improve. It's going to be a great time of learning. I want to see you at the Rocky Mountain Dental Convention in Denver, January 22nd and January 23rd for real talk about the state of dental assisting in 2026. Join me and let's be real with each other. And I'm glad you mentioned that about snacking because we know so many dental assistants, that's what you do during the day. You may not have time for a lunch or whatever it is, so you're grabbing whatever you can. And with that, with the stress of what you do every day, it's kind of a lose-lose situation in a lot of ways, it sounds like.
Exactly, exactly. And a lot of times the snacking is more from the situation of the stress of where you're going through. It's not necessarily that you're hungry. So if you were going to pick drumstick or a piece of meat, it's not necessarily going to satisfy you. And usually when I coach my clients, I tell them to look at stress as a way what your body needs. It's not about willpower. It's more that your body it's your biology, it's what's going through. It's what it needs. So if you try throughout the day, even if you're snacking, at least picking items that have higher in healthy fats, higher in fiber, higher in protein, then it's easier for your body to feel satisfied. So when in those work situations where you get people bringing different things or you only have a short amount of time, the need to seek things just to get that fuel or because you're acting to the situation will be less. Your body will feel satisfied.
You know, we recently acknowledged, I won't say celebrated, but acknowledged National Stress Awareness Day. And one thing that I appreciate about that is that we need to be aware of our stress and not just shove it off and say, I'll deal with that some other time. Is this a daily battle that we have with stress? And if so, how do we kind of on a daily basis maybe win that battle?
Yeah. And what you said is so important. I have found journaling helps a lot. When you're under a lot of stress, just taking a moment, halting, and finding, or just getting in tune with your body. Am I really hungry? Am I under stress? Am I anxious? Am I lonely? Am I fearful? Being able to identify what's going on with your body because these are things that happen daily. And once you're able to hone in what's happening, then you can find solutions and identify it and help support your body. There's a lot of natural things that you can even do in terms of supporting your body. So we talked about, incorporating the high fiber, healthy fat, high protein snacks, but also even if utilizing foods or supplements that are rich in magnesium. It helps to relax your body, especially if you know that's how your lifestyle is and you can't necessarily quit or leave that specific situation. So that's where it comes in, adding in some magnesium-rich foods to help support your body or supplementing on the magnesium during the high peaks that you know your body will be under stress. utilizing B vitamins that also helps to regulate that blood sugar. And then adaptogens like ashwagandha or rhodiola are also great to help relax the body. So we can't necessarily get away from the stress, but at least knowing that these are things that are going to be happening in our life, being able to identify it and having some treatment or remedies that can help us.
So what are some of those magnesium foods that maybe our dental assistants should be looking for?
Yes. So normally nuts and seeds are rich in magnesium, but also vegetables are great. And they're great to snack on because they can hold in any kind of temperature. So even if you have had some, grilled veggies from the night before, you bring it in a little container, you snack it, or you have, at a station, a couple of cut up vegetables for yourself, especially the darker ones with some pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds. Those are great to use to help support your body in magnesium.
The Chicago Midwinter Meeting. It's one of the biggest meetings in the dental industry every year, and this year is going to be extra special because I'm going to be talking to dental assistants at the meeting, and I can't wait to be a part of it. So dental assistants and dental team members, join me Friday, February 20th, as we talk about harnessing the powers and personalities in the dental practice. Why can't we all just get along? We're going to talk about that. And then Saturday, February 21st, it's going to be extra special because dental assistants, this one's just for you as we talk about battling and beating the demons of dental assisting. So join me at the 2026 Chicago Midwinter Meeting. I can't wait to see you in the Windy City. So Harburgess, I know it's been great to have you on and share some tips. Thank you so much. And I want to make sure people know if they want to reach out to you or want to learn more, what's a good way to do that and what options do you have for that?
So this topic really hits right at home. Of course, our company, innerhealthwellness.com, is our website. You can get a lot of information. Recently, we came up with the Inner Health Wellness app, where we do have a huge community engagement, which a lot of people do need that support. We do talk a lot about emotional eating, have a lot of gut support on there, and it's now available on Android and Google. So Tuesday, it will be able to be downloaded. And that's a great way to get connected with dietitians, health coach, and personal trainers.
That's awesome. Well, this time of year, that's definitely needed. And so I really appreciate your time today. Thanks so much for being on.
Of course. Thank you, Kevin.
Absolutely. And thanks to all of you for listening to this episode of the Dental Assistant Nation podcast, sponsored by dentalsupplyguy.com. Be sure to check them out, our new sponsor. We appreciate them very much. And yes, make sure that you're doing what you can to not only alleviate stress this time of year, but also be able to handle it as well. Until next time, it's Kevin Henry, founder of Dental Assistant Nation, signing off. And as always, wishing you nothing but success ahead.